Hello and welcome to another Cyberpunk video. I've been AWOL for almost a week now because I had a bad cold and my voice got a little bit raspy, and I tried to take it easy on my vocal cords and get better first. But today CDPR streamed the Night City Wire episode 4, and man, do we have a lot to talk about. First of all, in case you've missed it, this episode from the NCW was all about fast cars, hot fashion, and a very interesting look behind the scenes. So this video will be a quick summary of all what we've got to see today in this episode, and the next few days I will have additional videos with a complete breakdown of the 2 new trailers we've got to see today. And we'll wrap things up with a new CGI trailer called The Diner, and some really awesome new screenshots of the game, which to me at least look like they've been taken in the in-game photo mode. So if you wanna know more about that, be sure to stick around till the end of the video. So to kick things off, the Night City Wire started with a new trailer that focuses on the rides you can acquire in Cyberpunk 2077. And we really get to see a lot of cars and motorcycles we can either buy or steal during the game. The cars, for example, are categorized in different classes. For example, the rather cheaper vehicles are grouped in the economy class. Although I have to say that the Mai from Makigai is probably one of my absolute favorite cars in the whole game. This thing is just really absolutely adorable. I mean, just look at it. Isn't it cute? The next category would be the executives. And as you probably already can tell, those are a little bit bigger and a little bit more sophisticated, and I guess a little bit pricier. The Alvarado from Vilford is probably one of the most iconic cars we've seen to date, because this golden red convertible is El Padre's car, so the car of the Valentino's gang's fixer. Next up is the heavy duty class, and those are armored trucks. I mean, they can take a beating and they also can give a beating, so I think those are pretty amazing to just run everything over that's in your way. And even in such a niche category like trucks, they showed off so many different trucks in this trailer, from regular construction site trucks to toxic waste trucks. I think that's really impressive, and I think that shows how much effort went into just this part of the game. And one of the favorite categories from, I think, everybody are the sports cars. I mean, just look at them. They're gorgeous, they're amazing, they're absolutely exciting, and I can't wait to hit the pedal to the metal in one of them. I mean, the Quadra is definitely the most iconic car in the game, but I can't lie, the Mizutani Shine looks really awesome too. And I have to say, I'm not really a car enthusiast. I don't particularly fancy cars that much, but I'm really blown away here. But speaking of fancy, next up, the hypercars. Yeah, well, what can I say? Those are probably the most expensive cars in the game. They just scream, "Give me your Eddies!" The design is literally out of this world, and all the tech that is built in is really top-notch and high-end. For example, the whole car is bulletproof, there are no windows. The windows are actually LED screens, so from the outside you can see anything, and from the inside you can see your whole surrounding projected from cameras onto the screens. So as always, just the best stuff for the paying customer. And then there is one more thing, one special car in the game for one of the most special characters in the game. And we're actually talking about Johnny Silverhand's 911 Porsche, a car that's built in 1977, so in the game it's exactly 100 years old. I also can't wait to get my hands on this beauty. But Porsche is not the only real-world manufacturer that CDPR has a collaboration with. They also have a collaboration with a motorcycle manufacturer called Arch. And Arch is known for building motorcycles that can be fully customized, so they decided to make a Cyberpunk 2077 version of that bike.
And I thought that was a very fine idea.
And guess what? It absolutely looks phenomenal, and you can ride that bike in the game. And during the show also one big point was that the cars not only look very different and distinct, but they also drive and feel really different. In an interview a few weeks ago, Quest designer Chris Webber told us that there are around about 29 different car models, but those models come in very different variations. So for example, you could have the Quadra in a junkyard version, in a Nomad version, or in a sports car version. They sound differently, they look differently, and they also drive and feel very differently. And if you was wondering, no, you cannot customize your cars. And another really interesting thing is that you can listen to various radio stations in your car and you can switch them and listen to different music as you please. Something else I noticed throughout the footage all the time is that there is car destruction. We've seen that in earlier videos too, but here in this gameplay you could spot that really often, so that's definitely a thing in Cyberpunk. Also, a very interesting detail is that if you steal a car, you cannot keep it, so you can drive around with it and you can use it as much as you please, but if you leave the car, then it's gone. But over the course of the game you'll be able to obtain every car and keep it in your garage. You can then summon your car wherever you are and it will just drive up to you. And some of the more eagle-eyed of you may have noticed that there is some ghosting happening around the cars, as for example can be seen here. And I just wanted to let you know that that's considered a bug and it's already fixed in the final game. And another thing the devs are really proud of, and I think they really can be proud of, is the interior of the cars. I mean, just look at that, that's really crazy. The amount of detail and passion that went into the interior of the cars, that's really crazy. I mean, that's more than in some racing games. So I just wanted to acknowledge that here and just show it off to you guys because I think it's really worth mentioning. And on this note, just look at that behind the scenes footage where you can see them recording sounds for the different vehicles. I mean, look at this dedication. They're even capturing the sound of the window going up and down. I mean, come on, I think that speaks for itself. And now it's all about style over substance. Or necessity over style? Substance over style? Or style and substance? Well, it's kind of about all of them because now we're talking about the 4 different art styles that are present throughout the game. Those are kitsch, entropism, neo-militarism and neo-kitsch. 4 very distinct styles that are not only present in clothing but also in the whole game world itself, ranging from guns to cars to cyberware to basically everything that surrounds you in the game world. Those 4 styles definitely reflect on a person's status and are also a good indication for how rundown or, for example, wealthy a certain district is. So you'll find entropism in the poorer parts of the city where people don't have money for top-notch cyberware or fancy cars and where necessity is definitely more important than style. The next art style is kitsch, and that's the art style of most of the street gangs. As you can see, bright neon lights, bold colors and a lot of fancy cyberware that makes you look better. To them, style is much more important than functionality. Next up is neo-militarism, and I think that's pretty clear that that is the dress code of the corpos, so it's very clean, very military-like, and I think in the city center most of the people will be dressed like this. This elegant corporate dress code puts substance over style. And neo-kitsch is probably the most modern of these styles, combining the cold and elegant style from neo-militarism with the fanciness from kitsch. The perfect way of showing off your net worth. And one of the most famous neo-kitsch characters in the game is Lizzie Wizzy, which we heard talking for the first time in this trailer.
Oh shit, these hands. Sometimes it seems like I just brush something and sparks fly.
In this trailer there are also a lot of very interesting, and I mean very interesting details, which I will go over in a more in-depth trailer analysis video in a few days, so if you don't want to miss that, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification icon so you'll get notified when I upload that video. And as promised, now we've got a new CGI trailer called The Diner, and I'll just leave it at that. Have fun with the trailer and I'll see you in a few with some really cool screenshots.
So what do you want? Supercar? Big house? You want to rule this city? Well, you ain't getting anywhere without an upgrade. You need a softer touch. Stronger's fine. Just taking over Night City. Ain't gonna be easy. I'm in.
Yep, although we've already seen some scenes, that trailer in full is really amazing. But now on to some new screenshots of cars and motorcycles, and some of them are made with the in-game photo mode, so they have really nice depth of field, pleasing to the eye, really nice colors. I think they're really gorgeous, but just take a look for yourself. But that's it for the video, and if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate your rating. I say thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.